This is the House of Boom podcast. I'm your host, Eric Boom Salvery. It's the most diverse podcast you'll see. Today we got Coach Krissy in the house. Coach Chris. Y'all know her as Coach Chris on Instagram.
Krissy's Fit.
Krissy's Fit. Look at her. Look at her. I don't even need to really do the affirmation introduction, but I will because you guys love it. Coach Krissy's Fit. She is the marathon. She does like 10Ks for breakfast. She's throwing up 225 over her head by lunchtime. I mean, she is like the go queen. She just go. Every time I see her, she's just practicing good form. She's getting after it in the gym. She's going to be on the cover of Sports Illustrated one day, or at least whatever Coachella Illustrated. Maybe that.
I'll take it.
Coachella is Illustrated something, but she's really doing her thing. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Thank you. You're thankful that you're here. Thankful is always a good thing. Mm-hmm. We met, I guess, on Instagram. Mm-hmm. Somehow, some way, I slid in the DMs, but it was respectfully. I saw her professionally.
Slide.
I think I saw you boxing one day.
Okay.
And I was like, yo, Shorty is getting it. And usually, I thought you were connected to another friend's gym. And then I was like, oh, no, she's in Jersey. And then I saw you in Andre's gym. And then It's a Small World. Reg's one of the people who runs this space. That's your best friend?
My best friend went to high school together.
Really? Mm-hmm. And so we ended up connecting, and today we are here. So we're going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff. But the first thing I want to know is, where did your journey in fitness begin?
Okay, so my journey in fitness consistently began only a few years ago, maybe like I want to say 3 to 4 years ago. So it really hasn't been long, I guess, compared to a lot of other people who have been on a fitness journey. So I basically I was that person who started and then quit, and then started again and then quit. It was too much. Then it was just like, I'm working too much, and then it was, I'm tired and I don't have time. And finally I became consistent for the past about 4 years. And what allowed me to do that was once I started to see results, right? So once I started to see results, then I'm like, oh, snap. Like, okay, let me keep going. And the physical goal that I was trying to achieve at that time.
Which was,
a nice little round peach or whatever, okay? Slim waist, the toned, what most women would like to see, started to come to light. So that really allowed me to keep going. And then I was into it so much that there was no longer a physical goal. It was just like, I have to move. Like, I want to be strong. I want to be mobile. I want to be flexible. I want to be able, I want to be an athlete. And so just going to the gym and doing HIIT and doing cardio and, lifting some weights now became, wait, I want to box. Wait, I want to try CrossFit. Wait, I want to, do strength training and weight training. And so, yeah.
So that's interesting because, so I call myself, if you ever go on my profile, at Hasselboom, follow me. But if you ever go on my profile, it says Fitness Nomad on there. And what interests me is, I love doing different forms of fitness, but I love going different places and doing fitness. Like, love going up to like Runyon Canyon in Cali, or
I love Runyon Canyon.
Or I'm so interested in going to that gym in Tulum, the Jungle Gym.
Oh, Jungle Gym in Tulum, yeah, I've been there. That's amazing.
And just being over there. But you are really like you just said. I thought about what I was going to call you today. I said, you are a journey in fitness, because you really just like, okay, I'm going to get bored with this. Now I'm going to go over here and do this. And now I'm going to go here and do this. What is that like for you when you switch it up and everything like that?
For me, it's challenging, and I like a challenge, right? So some people will go on my profile and be like, oh, she doing too much. You know what I mean? Oh, she boxing in this slide. She freaking doing Olympic lifting in this slide. She's doing kettlebell swings and circuit training in this slide. Okay, yep. It's not about me doing too much. I'm just trying to do it all, right? Because we have one life. So if I can experience all the different types of challenges and trainings, then why not? You know what I mean? I think there's like this stigma on Instagram or on social platforms where a lot of trainers will say, oh, you have to like the best trainers stick to one type. Like if you want to see results, you stick to one type of training.
Right.
Which, yes, is true depending on what you're looking for, but not everyone is looking to have a certain physique or certain looks. Some people like me just want to move and just want to be an athlete. And what other way to be the best athlete you can be if you have experience in all types of training, right? You strong as hell, but you can't run.
Right.
You fast as hell, but you can't lift up a grocery bag. You know what I mean? Like, no.
You know what's funny? You said you strong as hell, you can't run. It reminded me of a conversation I saw another friend of mine. She's a trainer in Chicago. And I gave her a compliment. I was like, yo, you got really good running form. And I was like, I don't know if I could date a girl with ugly running form. It's just like, yo, if you run goofy, I don't know.
If you run goofy?
I can't. I was like, but you know what? It's the track in me. It's the forward track. I just need to see some proper form. It ain't gonna be perfect. It just, if you running real goofy, it's like somebody with an obnoxious laugh. It's like, whoa, what's going on here? You know what I mean?
Right.
Not you.
Yeah. Did it again. Right.
She was like, nah. But I do think one thing about form, since we're going in that realm, the one thing I always compliment you on is like, yo, you have really good form. So talk about the importance of that.
I do think form is very important to prevent injury. No one is perfect. No one was born doing what they do. So it does take time to learn. So if I do see someone, making a video and their form is off, or in the gym and their form is off, a lot of the time, actually, I won't say anything unless it's like crazy. Then I'll try to let me show you. But it's a learning experience, and sometimes you have to keep doing things the wrong way, and until it eventually becomes correct. And I think with a lot of the things with my form, that's how I learned. You learn the hard way. You're doing it wrong, and someone corrected me, and it gets tricky sometimes though, because I'll bench press, and then you may say, oh, keep your elbows in, don't lock out at the top of your press. And then someone else may say, lock out at the top. You know what I mean? So it gets a little tricky sometimes, but do your best.
Do your best.
Do your best. As long as you don't feel like you're hurting yourself, then,
I mean, I remember one time I was in the gym. It was years ago. Like, so I guess with me, quick fitness journey thing is like, I always played sports, and then, I didn't even really transition to the gym, so I really really let go. Like, I was playing semi-pro football, the whole thing. And then when I finally let go, then I started, I still got to work out. But I remember at the beginning of my journey, I remember this big swole dude. I was doing something, I forget what I was doing. And he looked at me, he stopped me, he said, quality over quantity, and he walked off. And I was like, the guru, like just he's like,
and then just walked off.
Just walked off, like, but he was. It was a compliment though. He was like, I like what you're doing.
Okay, so you was okay, good.
So everything I was doing was proper form, and basically I think he was saying like you especially if you go to the gym these days, it's a lot of everybody doing these meathead workouts and stuff like that, and it's all right to lift heavy and get after it, but when you see people doing stuff and then they're not doing good form, and then it's like, then you wonder why they you don't see them for 3 months because they're black, their back is blown out or something like that.
Right.
It's totally understandable. So that's one thing I really respect about you.
Thank you.
Now you used to be a former athlete too, right?
Yeah, I feel like I'm more of an athlete now. I mean, I played sports, I'll say that. So in high school, I played basketball, softball, and I ran cross country. I was terrible at basketball, y'all, so don't even try to find me. You're not going to find no articles.
I need you to get a piece of paper and a trash can. Let's just see how bad this shot is going to be.
You're not going to find no articles, okay? So, no.
Right.
I was terrible at basketball, but again, I always liked to move. Like, I just wanted the place. I was like a little tomboy.
Okay.
But I was pretty good at, like, softball, and I was always been a runner, so, like track and field and cross country, I did that. So, it just came natural for me.
Now, you got the Jamaican flag on your profile.
Say that. You already know. Right.
But go ahead. I'm going to let you.
Usain Bolt or whatever.
Okay.
Not really. But, so, yeah, that's my background.
Okay.
Okay. But I would consider myself more of an athlete now than I did then. Then I was just playing sports because I just liked it. You know what I mean?
No, I mean that's really dope. And but what about now that makes you in your mindset said, no, I'm more of an athlete now.
Again, because I've been experiencing different types of training. You know what I mean? And when I move, I feel good. I feel like I know what I'm doing. I'm confident in my movements. I feel strong. I feel fast. I'm getting more agile, right? Agile, yeah. So I think that's what the combination of that is what makes you an athlete. You know what I mean? I don't think an athlete is someone who is a professional, gets paid, you know, like an athlete is, I feel like anyone that can basically, you know, accept those challenges, those physical challenges and conquer them. Yeah, shit.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think even with me, when I am training people, I try to find an athlete in them to kind of get them to a place where they want to compete, you know, that me versus me mentality. So we talked about all the different training forms. Right now you're focused on Olympic lifting.
Yeah.
How's that going for you?
I love it. I'm obsessed. I love it. That and CrossFit. So I started my journey with CrossFit. And then I kind of fell back from that and started doing more of a circuit training, like dimmed down. And then I was doing strength training. And then I went back to the CrossFit Now. Let me tell you, CrossFit Now is like fucking, I'm sorry, can I focus on this? Okay. CrossFit Now is crazy, right?
Yeah.
Because it's gymnastics.
Okay.
Right? You see them doing handstands, like that's part, what kind of, that's in the competition, like, you know what I mean? Like,
really?
Yeah, handstand walks.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Right, so it incorporates gymnastics, strength, speed. You know, it's like you're like a whole titan. It's crazy. So that's why I really do enjoy it. I will say it's tough on the body, but I really like it.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I remember, I forget what year. I think when CrossFit, like when CrossFit gyms were like limited, and I remember I took one class. And I took a class with my now ex-girlfriend, and we both did. She beast moded that thing. She was going through it. I was like, what is this? I was barely made it. And, you know, I remember just being sore. As much as I've worked out, much as I played football, ran track, I've done it all. Football camp, you know, I'm talking about hitting every day, all that stuff. I ain't never been that sore in my life for a whole week. Like I couldn't walk. Like it was just like you just sitting there like wheelchair, like all that. So the fact that you find that like that's exhilarating you is like you got a lot of grit.
I love it.
Your aminos must be like off the chain because it's like
it's different. I love it. It's strength and speed. You know what I mean? It's everything. It's everything combined. If you could do CrossFit, you could do anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
Now as far as the Olympic lifts going, how are those going? Because I always see like, do you want to compete at any time?
I do. I'm getting older. Mind your business.
Well, black don't crack. Come on.
We're getting older, and that's like on my bucket list to compete. And I would like to do an amateur Olympic lifting competition. You know, I really do enjoy it. It's so technical, and so you have to be really careful with it. Like even for a while, I had hurt my wrist. And I couldn't do it for about a week and a half, you know, and I had to just rest. I couldn't do anything, you know. So, yeah, that is a goal of mine, a short-term goal. Like within a year, I would like to be able to be good enough to compete in a small competition.
Now, you brought up something that's real important, recovery. Because you go so hard and you train people, too. Because it's one thing to just lift and that's your hobby and you go at it, but it's different when you're doing that and you're giving out. How do you find your recovery, you know, that balance in recovery?
Sometimes, to be honest, it's a bit challenging for me because I will forget until I'm actually hurt. Like, oh, I feel pain, let me go to the chiro. But we really have to try to be mindful to incorporate recovery like naturally, like you do with your stretches. And what a lot of people don't know is that if you do have health insurance, a lot of the time your insurance covers chiropractor visits, and you can go a few times in a month.
Wow.
You can go like once a week. Sometimes the insurance covers 4 to 6 visits a month.
Wow.
You know, and a lot of people don't know that. They're like, oh, the chiropractor is expensive. Well, if you have insurance, you can see if your insurance will cover it all or some of it. And if you don't, I go to Signature Health and Wellness in Belleville.
Yeah, big gym. That's a really big gym.
Yeah, so right next door is the chiro, Dr. Rick. He's amazing.
He's in a part of the gym.
He's not in the gym, but he's literally right next
Okay.
door. Yeah, and you go there, and it's not like, you know, now on Instagram you have everyone, like all these chiropractors just cracking people's back with the mic, and it's like, oh, you know. But here they stretch you, they massage you. It's a whole spiel. Like, you know, you're not just in and out. It's a process, and it's really a recovery process.
Dr. Rick, I'm coming to see you.
Yes.
Because that nah, because it's
so
sometimes
amazing,
sometimes it's not when you're lifting, and it's when you go back to doing something regular, and they're like, I'm tight here, or my hips are here, and I do believe that that part of it is so important, and you just gotta stay on your recovery. Most people, I noticed that most people don't even stretch before they work out.
Guilty.
Oh, really? You just go
Now
right
I do with my Olympic lifting and with the CrossFit. I have to. But like, if I'm just in the gym doing my strength training, I won't lie. I'll
You going cold?
Often, and it's not good. Don't be like me. You have to stretch because
I usually do. I got to do at least 10 minutes on the treadmill just to warm up, and then I do like.
You be on the treadmill?
Yeah, just to warm up, to get my or that
God bless you.
or.
No way! I hate the treadmill so
Yeah,
bad.
you
Yeah.
outside running?
I'd rather run outside than I don't want to run at all. But you know.
City
I hate
race?
the
Would you ever do one of those?
Probably not.
No. Mud runs, anything like that?
I might do one of those.
Okay.
That seems more fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
I despise
City
doing a
race.
mud run. I see people doing that. I'm like, how y'all like having dirt? You did one before? Oh, you doing one?
Are you gonna do one?
Yeah, I just turned 42.
Okay.
I'm like,
Really?
I got to.
Oh, you look great. Yeah.
You know, black don't crack.
Right. Y'all can't see him. Can y'all see him? No, y'all can't. Show your face at the end.
Well, we hired producer Baye because he got warrants. So
Oh my.
no, he doesn't.
Okay.
But she's like, oh shit, should I leave?
God, get me out of here and tag me in this video.
What did Red set me up for? But yeah, that mud run I can't see myself doing. City race I could.
Really?
I feel like I'm talking to be honest with you, the thought popped in my head, like, as you're talking about all this, I was like, you should really just go for American Gladiator. I'm sure they have, like, some type of thing. Because your vibe, no, you.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, hell no. I'm not, definitely, I'm nowhere near there yet. Embarrass myself.
Because I feel like you hear, wife, it's like, yo, she got like 31, she know like 31 forms of combat. She got her lips down tight. And then she talk about, hell no. Nah. Like, I might hire you as female security. Like, you know what you're doing. I seen them jabs. Them jabs are sharp, too.
I appreciate that.
Them jabs are sharp. So, I guess we can turn to Baye if you got your producer questions ready. Fire it up. Yeah? All right, so we're going to turn it over. So right now, we're going to do our producer segment question. Y'all know it. Y'all love it. And I'll let Baye, the guy behind the scenes, the guy that helps everything work, go ahead and take the mic, man. It's all yours.
I appreciate you, my brother.
Yes, sir.
So 2 questions. This is a 2-question producer question. First question: cheat days. Do you have them?
Every day.
Okay. What is your preferred cheat meal?
Is it
Burger and fries.
Okay.
Okay.
I love beef. Burger and fries, steaks, but burger and fries.
So, maybe our 3rd episode, I interviewed a friend of mine. Her name is Linda. She loves her Instagram. I'm gonna share it with you. Love always Linda. She would love you because she does her fitness, but that girl eats.
I eat.
And she was one of those. She wanted to go up. She wasn't trying to lose weight.
Okay.
She was slim, and
Gains.
she was like, I wanted them gains. And she was like, yo, girl. And so anytime you go on her Instagram, she gonna have a steak, Like I still owe her. I'm now guilty because I still didn't give her $40 for her lunch because we was late that day.
Oh, we doing? Oh, that's what we doing?
No, but
okay.
well, for her, you know what I mean?
About me. Oh,
you was late this
okay.
time. No, but she was trading somebody. She was trading somebody.
Like somebody owe us lunch.
Oh, but she'll have some steaks. Mm-hmm. She'll have some something going. So you know what I mean. But do you balance it out like 60-40 or do you just like nah?
No,
I'm just gonna eat.
I eat. I don't count calories. I don't count macros. I don't do any of that.
Do you think that's because you kind of gave up that body goal issue thing a while ago?
Yes, and that was going to be my next point. I do think that it is important to do those things if you have a goal. If you're a bodybuilder or if you have a certain physical that you're trying to obtain, then yes, you probably will want to count your calories and be very mindful of what you're putting in your mouth. For me, I work out so much. I need to eat, you know, and I don't have time to be looking at labels, and I'm going to eat, okay? What I will say is that I don't drink soda, I don't do juice, and I don't do deep fried foods.
Okay.
So the burger and fries, that's as deep fried as it's going to get. But you won't, like, catch me with Popeyes or... And at this point, me eating things like that will actually make me feel nauseous. So I've trained my body, and I work out so much that, you know, when you work out a lot, it's like a natural detox.
Yeah.
So once you start getting rid of all of those things, and you can't feed your body certain things anymore because you feel it right away. So yeah.
Now, how does that go over with your clients?
Okay, so with my clients, I'm for a lot of them, depending on their goals, again, I will send them a meal plan, an example meal plan.
Okay.
So I have my clients who are looking to gain. One of my clients that I've helped sculpt her, she's on my page, her name is Kara, she's like super dedicated. She, you know, we went over her meal plans and she was very dedicated to it. And I think that a lot of people will come and say, oh, I want to look like this. I want to look like her. I want this butt. I want these thighs. I want, you know what I mean? But they don't put in the work. They don't know how hard it is to actually get there. And not only that, but it's a lot of trial and error because everyone's body is different. Genetics play a huge part in your shape, in your figure, and in your gains and losses. And you have to be very committed to a certain diet to see certain results. So yeah.
Do you I lost my thought. It was there. It was like, let's go. Nah, did you? Team. So now we talked about this the other day. And it was funny because I was like, yo, you a part of the team Snapback? And she's like, nah, I wear fitted. So. Because what I was talking, I was so surprised because I was like, do a lot of moms hit you up? It's kind of like, yo, how do I get like that and stuff like that? Or do you have those conversations with those type of clients? Or is it like, because I know you said you initially, you weren't even there. Like you wasn't even trying to be Team Snapback like that.
No, I wasn't. I mean, I have a 13-year-old, so I had my child not a super long time ago, but some time ago. Yeah. And at that time, right after I had him, I was in school full time. I was working full time. So I really had no time for the gym. And even if I did at that time, mentally, I'm sure I wouldn't even have been in the gym because I wasn't there yet. I wasn't.
Right.
But I honestly, I don't get a lot of women asking about their like snapback, like after pregnancies. But I will say that I think that the fitness industry, especially for Black women, is booming, and I think that we are taking care of ourselves so much better, right? Because we were behind, right? We were enslaved, and so there's a lot of things that we couldn't do, you know, when everyone else was working out and taking care of themselves and doing this and doing that. We still trying to get ourselves together. We don't have the money to do it yet, or, you know, stuff like that. So now we come in full force, taking over full force, and we're able to really take care of our bodies and take care of ourselves. So I think a lot of the women are finding that hey, I can do this. I don't even need to ask. I'm going to just go on Instagram. I'm going to go on YouTube. I'm going to see how to do this, and I can get it done on my own, which is phenomenal. You know what I mean?
Again, the echoing the sentiments of my homegirl Linda, she kind of said the same thing, but she kind of like, she searched the hashtag and found the one that worked for her. She kind of bounced around, and then she was like, this person doesn't identify with me, that person identifies, but this trainer did, and then she kind of started her journey that way.
Nice.
One thing, I'm kind of like, yo, first of all, you're very down to earth. Anybody ever tell you that?
Yeah, I think a lot of people think that I'm like this uppity. I don't know if it comes off that way on my social media, but I'm like the nicest, goofiest person you'll ever. Like seriously, like I don't know, I'm cool.
As we talk about, because I'm trying to figure out. Well, the reason I was thinking, because I was trying to figure out which direction I want to go with the next question.
Okay.
If I wanted to go with one other question I had, or the question I was the more serious one.
Okay.
And I think I'm gonna go with the more serious one since we're in that realm. The Roe versus Wade, the overturning of that, and just I felt like just you being here, being a woman, you don't necessarily represent all women, but I'm sure there's a segment of women that you represent. Your thoughts on everything, and just I just want to give you a space to express yourself.
Right.
Any thoughts that you have?
Very short and simple. A woman
Okay.
has the right to choose. Period. I mean, very self-explanatory. A woman has the right to choose. Things happen. Mistakes are made. A woman has a right to choose. It's your body. How can someone force you to carry a life, to carry anything, to do anything that you don't want? We can't force someone to do something. We can't force the president to do something. We can't force anyone to do anything. So why, as a woman, are we being forced to do certain things with our body? I mean, for me, it's common sense. I don't get it. Like what do you think?
No. I think that my mouth. I think that my mouth stays shut on this subject because it's not my. It's not much. It's not that I don't care. I care about the sisters and things that go on, but it's not my place to tell you what you can.
Do you have any children?
I don't.
Okay.
So it's interesting because I'm giving you the reason I asked you that because you are a mom and you are current former healthcare provider, and so I'm sure you come across some sensibilities of prenatal care or something, and it's always interesting to have somebody who's been in, not only you're alpha among them, you're a woman, and then you have all these additives that go with that. So just hearing your voice is enough for me. I kind of don't.
The crazy thing for me is I think that a lot of these politicians, like if their child was in a certain situation, let's say they had a 14-year-old daughter and they got pregnant, right? You think they're gonna, let them have this child? Probably not.
Right.
They're probably gonna low key, Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? Let's hire this private doctor. Let's hire this. You know what I mean? But I think what happens is a lot of these politicians, they are almost forced to agree with certain things because that's where they're getting their funds. So these people are, this is where they're getting most of their money for their campaigns. So it's like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. Because if you don't do it, then you're not gonna get this money for your campaign. If you don't agree with this, then you're not gonna get this money. And I think a lot of the time it comes down to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not big on politics. I don't really like talking about it too much.
Right.
But as a woman has a right to choose. Point. That's my opinion. Period. That's it. Yeah.
So we're going to segue back from that, and I really do appreciate you sharing that because I mean, just off the strength of just like being open, being honest, and doing it on my platform and being able to. For people to see this and understand a woman's point of view, just in case somebody doesn't understand that. What are some common misconceptions about the fitness industry? Because I know sometimes, like, like women, when I train women, the one question is, if I lift weights, am I going to get masculine? Stuff like that. So I'm just leading into one, but what are some of the misconceptions that you deal with a lot?
That is one that, I don't want to have a big back. I don't want to look like a football player. I don't want to train back. And honestly, I was like that too when I first started training. I thought that if I lifted too much weights, that I was gonna be like the Incredible Hulk. Like, I already have wide shoulders. I don't want to look like this. You know what I mean? And as I started to learn, I realized that lifting weights, women who lift weights, it actually contours your body. It shapes you. It gives you, you know what I mean? We need to, if again, you are going for a certain look, you want gains, you want, that butt, you want that small waist, you have to incorporate weights in your training. You know what I mean? So I think that's a big misconception. But on the flip side, I do see a lot of women lifting those weights, getting to it, lifting, deadlifting, and like crazy squatting, crazy weights, and I love it, So I think
it's funny. The day that I DM'd you and I was messing with you, I was like, "What you got? Like 305 up to there?" I think that was the same day I was in the DM, and then Reg was like, "Yo, what you doing in my best friend's DMs?" Like he really like, you could see his eyes through his glasses just coming for me. I was like, "Bro, I promise you, it's clean. It's clean." But you really like you said, you're one of those ladies that you really get after it. Do you have a goal when you lift?
I always shoot for a PR. I don't lift as often as I would like to because it's a lot. Like, we talked about before, I'm doing the CrossFit, the Olympic lifting, and so I have to be very careful. I don't want to hurt myself.
Right.
But every time I do lift, like I do deadlifts or squats, I do try to go heavier and heavier. However, I am very cautious of my form. So I won't go too heavy if my form starts to get crappy. You know what I mean? I'll keep working on that weight until my form is better, and then okay, let me add a little 2.5 pounds on here or whatever, and you know what I mean. So I think that I know that if I concentrated on strength training more, that I would be squatting and deadlifting crazy. But at this moment, that's not my focus. Yeah.
It's interesting because even this year I set a goal. Last year I went to the Ebony Fit weekend. And I was killing it on the deadlifts, and then I got to like 480, and then I realized at that point that I was just muscling it up. I was like, I'm just lifting this up because I can. But when you start getting up to that 550, 600 range, that's all form.
Yeah,
that's all form. And one thing I'm glad. Shout to my dude Donnie at Real Gym in Keyport, New Jersey. He really got with me one day, and he really honed with me like, "Yo, this is what you do. This is how you do it." And I started once. I really just. It didn't take long. It didn't take long, and I got over 5.
Wow.
So that was probably like January. By April, I was touching 5, like not just like smooth, easy, no back pain. Nice. Just like I got it up. All right, cool, holding it for a second, so not like a quick slam down.
Yeah.
Like I was like, all right, yeah, this is it. Unfortunately, after I got that, I got some stuff. Life happened and got busy, and then I fell off. But we are going to do a workout, so I got to get back. I got to give it maybe in a couple weeks. I'll just give me a couple weeks. Make sure.
Let me embarrass you, okay?
You might. You might, like real talk. That's one thing about this podcast that I love is that I'm always going to try to get a workout with the guests that I interview.
We're gonna do some Olympic lifting. Something I know you can't do. Can you?
Okay, so I've done snatches before, but I haven't done those consistently.
Good.
So we're gonna have to start at the very, very bottom. You're gonna feel like I'm one of your clients, your beginner client. You do like
I'm
a
beginner with it too. I'm just messing with you.
Well, we can get it done. Okay. We can absolutely get it done. Where can people find you? Where's everything at? What's going on in your world? Where can people find you? If somebody wants to connect with you as a trainer, What's going on?
As a trainer, I think my main communication is through Instagram right now.
Okay.
Through social media, Krissy's Fit, KRISSEESFIT, Krissy Fit. You can DM me, you can email me, and I respond. I respond to you pretty quickly. So that's my main form of communication at this time. I don't have a website or anything, and I feel like in this day and age, you don't even really need. I mean, depending on what you do, you may not even need.
I think I feel like if you got other stuff going on,
yeah,
then the website is necessary. But as long as you got your certifications, but she is a certified trainer. We ain't playing no game. We ain't no hood trainers. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But don't meet me at the park. Signing waivers. Signing waivers.
Yo, meet me at the park.
We be at the park signing waivers. You found on Google, like.
Bye. Ghetto trainer. Funny hood trainer.
She trains at the gym inside with proper equipment and all that stuff. I ain't gonna lie. I've been the park trainer, so ain't nothing wrong with that.
Okay,
you gotta
yeah.
We make that real quick.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But certified as well. I think that like I said, the website is really really dope. I guess one other question. Now I did ask you some common misconceptions about the fitness industry. What are some common misconceptions people have about you as a trainer? Do you think that maybe people think you're tough, or because they see you lifting weights they're intimidated, anything like that?
You know what? I'm not sure. I think, and I'm not trying to be cocky saying this, but I think if you go on my feed, it can be a little intimidating, and that can be an issue too, because the people will go on your page that do want to work out with you and do want to hire you, and they look at you and be like, I can't do this. And there was a time where I was posting more home workouts, or I don't want to say dimmed down workouts, but more simple, less challenging workouts, so people could save them and see, hey, I can do this. Because I think once you start posting all this crazy stuff, even with the CrossFit stuff, and you're doing these fucking butterflies, like all this crazy shit, people look like, I'm not doing this. I'm not about to hire her because this is too much. I just want to do my little fire hydrant.
So they be looking at you. they be looking at you like I be looking at that dude. It's this one dude on, I don't know what's his name on Instagram. He be doing the most though.
The one that, and he be like fucking
lifting up chairs.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
doing
this ain't
pull-ups
even
with the bench around his waist.
Yo, this isn't even fitness anymore. This is
shit
just
is hilarious. I'm sorry, it's funny to me.
But for some reason, every week he do something, ESPN poster, and it's like it's funny. But I be like, I really hope no kids go and try to do some dumb stuff like that, because I'm like, somebody gonna get hurt messing around with him. But I mean, it is what it is.
It's entertaining. I'll say that.
It is. Sometimes
I crack up when I see those things.
I don't know. He did one recently though, where he was jumping rope with the bench chained around his neck, and he had not a rope, but you know how you doing the ladder drills. He had the bottom, like the ladder, and then it was attached to the I don't know, the string part of the joint, and he was jumping rope with it. I was like, bro, what are you doing? I'm like, just don't even, because before he did something with the couch, and I was kind of impressed.
With the couch?
He did one with the couch where he was doing pull-ups on the couch, and I was like, in my deepest
what, like he was strapped to the couch, so the whole couch was going up?
He had a couch strapped to him.
Strong shit, I ain't gonna lie.
He had a couch strapped to him, and he was pulling up on a pull-up bar or something like that. And in my deepest thoughts, I was like, well, I said, if he was in a high, like a tall tower, and there was an earthquake and the building tilted sideways and he was sliding down, and if he was sliding down the thing and he had to pull himself up, but there was a couch that was holding him back, I guess that would make sense, right? But I said, other than that, nah, there's no real reason. Or maybe, at the bottom of a garbage, I don't know, garbage chute, I don't know.
It's social media, it's for the following, and it's funny. Yeah. It's like, when I see things like that, I just laugh and scroll.
Laugh and
scroll.
Well, make sure that y'all don't laugh, but y'all scroll, y'all check out Krissy's Fit She stands out. She got the Caribbean, Jamaican flag on there. You've been an amazing guest. This conversation went really well.
Thank you.
I appreciate you for coming on. Make sure y'all hit her up, slide in her DMs respectfully. If you don't, I know so. Professionally. If you don't, there's a guy, her best friend. He will come find you. Just
he will come find
it'd be like Liam Neeson. And make sure y'all check out. That's Krissy's Fit. I'm Eric. Boom, Sovereign. This is the House of Boom. We are out. Peace.